Yeah, empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my.
All right, you guys. I managed to get on here live before going to work. Okay, so I am super duper excited to be able to accomplish this. And I understand that I may not have any viewers, but that is okay because I was unsure if I was going to be able to accomplish this, but I'm glad that I was able to, okay? So let me just say I am not in my regular environment. I am not using my regular devices. So if I am looking down, then that would be Facebook and YouTube. So if you see me looking down, I am looking at my viewers from TikTok. And TikTok, if you see me looking up, I am looking at my viewers from Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so like I said, I am super duper excited to be able to come on here because it's a milestone for me that to be able to get on here live um, at the start of my day and not have to fight with hassling with coming on here live at the end of my day. So if I can manage this on Thursday, then I'm probably just going to keep this routine and more than likely go live between the hours of 10 and 11. So I have been trying to get this together and hooked up since about 10 o'clock. And I had to switch my location and everything. So um, that's pretty much what happened with the time gap was leaving my office and which is my original setting and coming here to my other office that is located inside of my husband's gym. Now this is my office, my personal office that's inside of my husband's gym. So but like I said, I understand that I may not have any viewers, but hey, today I'm definitely okay with that because the whole goal was basically to see if I could accomplish this, and I'm glad that I was able to. Okay, so there, my topic for today. Well, let me just go back. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just too excited. But for those of you that are new to viewing my channel, jumping on my live feed, and anything of the sort, I just want to send you guys a warm welcome to my channel. Uh, I want to thank each and one of you for taking the time to stop by and viewing my content. And if you have another second out of your day, if you could go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Okay, follow me and subscribe. If you like my content, I would appreciate you guys giving me a thumbs up. And if you don't mind commenting, even if it's just a way to say hello or good job or I like that, or even just to say, oh, nah, I didn't like this. Uh, you need to do better, blah, blah, blah. And I might care enough to change it, but then again, I might not. So I just basically wanted to say that to you guys. Also, today is, if you don't know, Hot Topic Tuesday, okay? And on Hot Topic Tuesday, I try to bring you guys all of the topics that are going on in the world that is hot today, or whatever you may call it. But there's just so much going on. My topic today is a world of chaos. Now, I am not a news watcher. I hate, hate it with a passion watching the news, okay? Because the news is so sad, it's so devastating, it's just disappointing, and it just downright just brings down the whole vibe if you had a good day. So, and lately, ever since I started my Hot Topic Tuesday, that's all that I have been getting all over my feed is negative energy. So I kind of wanted to be in my own zone of my office here at the gym because this is where I relax it. This is where I do my stretches. This is where I do my yoga. This is where I get my mindset together and just de-stress. So I kind of wanted to come here. That way I am in a zone of happy bliss. So I'm not gonna talk too much on anything negative today because I am in a good mood and I don't want what's going on in the world to agitate me and distract me from my day. Okay, because I already have to go to work and deal with people at my job, so I want to go in there in a good mood so I can ignore the BS. Okay, but like I said, today's topic is a world of chaos. And TikTok, you guys can't see this, but my sub topic description is that we need to pray. And that is 1000% true. Everything that's going on in our world, crime is at an all time high. I have not seen crime this high since games was high. Since everywhere you look, there was games and shootouts and everything under the sun, and things have died down. And I am just blessed to have lived the life that I live, and in solitude of not having to deal with being surrounded by a lot of crime. And I know that that may not be the case for a lot of people that live in high crime areas, but I will say that between my mother and my father, I have been blessed, and my kids as well have been blessed. Now, is I'm trying to bestow that same blessing on my grandkids so that they are minimized by what's going on in this world so that they're not as affected, you know, by all this hate that's going on in our country. Um, but the reason why I was another reason why I was talking about a world of chaos and we need to pray is I did a story last week, yes, last Tuesday, and then I did a redo on Wednesday about the vandalism that happened at a church here in East Texas. Now, this is like 30 minutes away from where I'm at. It happened in Flint, Texas, and it happened at St. Mary Magdalene Church. And that church is located on uh, Jacksonville Highway um, in East Texas, in Flint. And apparently, a guy took it upon himself since he did not share their belief that he vandalized the church. Okay, so he vandalized the church. I'm gonna take myself off of here. I'm sorry, TikTok, you guys can't see it, but the full video is my full live is running as we speak on Facebook as well as my YouTube channel of Snack Kappa Talk. Okay, and that is Kappa with a K. Um, he vandalized this church in such what I feel is a gruesome way. Okay, now TikTok, when I get the chance, I will try to post the video and some information. That way, you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about as far as what this person did to this church statue. But that was a statue of Jesus outside of this church. And he took it upon himself to basically break off the hands and break off the nose and just purely vandalize the statue. Okay, he damaged the face in such a rude, cruel, disoriented way, disturbing way. Um, I don't understand if you don't believe in someone's Christianity or don't agree with it. I'm not understanding why vandalize. Just don't surround you around those type of people that don't believe in it. So, but the information that I had saw on this guy that I'm trying to think of. Oh, it's over here. I was trying to think of where I had my information at. And okay, so the guy that did the vandalizing that Smith County caught, this is the guy that vandalized that statue, or shall I say, is accused of vandalizing that statue. He is a 36-year-old white male. His name is Jordan Gray Clark. He's 36 years old. Now they have him apprehended. I'm assuming they got him from his house because he doesn't have a shirt on and he is hairy. He is hairy all the way. The only hair you don't see on him is on his neck and on his head. That's completely bald, but his face and his full body, shoulders down, is completely hairy. Um, you just be surprised on who would do stuff like this. He doesn't look like if he actually had clothes on. I wouldn't think that he was a person that would do something like this. Just by looking at him, that he would be crazy to do something like this, to vandalize a church. But according to his dad is saying that he practiced satanic beliefs, that he was against the Catholic Christianity, all that. It's utterly sad, y'all. We need to pray because we are surrounded by so much hate and we have absolutely no idea. It's like I can't imagine going to work, clocking in, and having to work side by side by a person like him and not know he has so much hate fuming and building and living inside of him. Like, I cannot imagine if I was that close to someone like that and had to work close to him, or I had to live with someone like that and not know that they was like pure evil. Like, for family members that like how does his dad feel knowing that that's how his son was thinking, like, or living? I don't like. I honestly, like, I'm not like a holier than thou because I'm a heavy profanity user. So I'm not a holier than thou, but I am heavy in my belief. Okay. And I do not feel like if one of my kids was on this level of hate, I honestly do not believe that I would be able to have them in my home. It's not to say that I don't love my kids, because I do love my kids, but I can't have your evilness in my house. If you're that evil and you're practicing satanic beliefs and you're worshiping the devil and all this kind of stuff, I love you, but you can't stay here. That's the level that I'm at. And I just I want to know how his dad feels, knowing that's how his son, where his son is at mentally. Now they're already trying to say this man was schizophrenic. Schizophrenia does not cause you to go and vandalize a church. Okay, hate does. Hate causes you to go and vandalize a church, not schizophrenia. So they're already trying to go ahead and paint a picture of how his case is going to go. That they're going to go with a reason of insanity for why he did this. I mean, yeah, he crazy, but not on a literal sense. He's hateful. He has a lot of hate inside of him, and he does not need to be in a mental institution with other people. He needs to be in a prison. He needs to be in a prison. Okay, that's where he needs to be. Um, but I just don't. Like I said, I love my kids. I love my kids to death. I will fall off the earth if I have to for my kids. But when it comes to my belief and their belief, and if their belief don't align with mine, as far as like I believe in God and I do praise Him and I do pray, and here they are over here worshiping the devil, we ain't gonna. I ain't gonna be able to do it. My love for you is still there. I would never stop loving you, but you ain't gonna be able to stay up in my house. Plain and simple. I probably won't even be comfortable with you visiting because I don't know where your mindset is at. Plain and simple. That's just me. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Like, what would y'all do if y'all found out this was your son? Like, how would you feel if you found out your son practiced satanic beliefs and worshiped the devil and purely hated God and Christianity and Catholics and anybody that worshipped how God, anybody that worshiped God? Like, how would y'all feel if this was your son and he was living in your home and you found out he did this? Like me, like I said, I love you, but I ain't you. You can't stay here. Plain and simple. That's me. Now, I have a lot of other news, but like I said, it's just so much going on in the world. They caught the guy that killed Charlie Kirk, and they had so many positive things to say about the guy. Then they reneged and had a lot of negative things to say about the guy, and then now now Donald Trump is calling for them to give him the death penalty. So I'm not. It's not an uncommon thing for a president to seek that, but I feel like it's an uncommon thing for them to do it for someone who's not a political like figure. Like, yeah, he's associated with Donald Trump, and yeah, he helped him with his campaign or whatever, but he's not a politician, he's not a senator, he's not a governor, he's not the president or the kid or the kids of the president. So I'm not understanding why he's receiving so much attention as far as like give the kid the death penalty that did this to him. No, just give him life. Give him life in jail. Why would you give him the death penalty? It wasn't the president. I just feel like for them to say, "Oh, he switched over to the left uh, wing of things and all this kind of stuff," what difference does it make? You do have Republicans that do not agree with the BS that Republicans are doing. A lot of Republicans are just Republicans for financial stability, financial reasons, for financial gain. They don't mean that they hate or are mentally disoriented like the majority of the Republicans that we are dealing with. You know, they're not necessarily Republicans because they agree with everything that you are saying and everything that you are doing. And as a result of that, you have like 50 Republicans switching over to Democrats. So you already know that they are trying to figure out how to fix this mess and what they're going to do. And I already suspected like some fishy stuff going on between Trump and Musk, like them falling out. That those boys, because they are not men, they are very immature. Those boys are still acquainted, and they tried to confuse the community with a little fake fallout. If I'm a president and I'm trying to exercise my power and I get into it with someone who been up in the White House acting like he's the vice president. So I done made this person my wingman. And we have a falling out to the point to where that I remove you from your position. I remove all your access to everything that you had access to. And we're on social media like kids going back and forward with each other. And then all of a sudden I go through this phase where I'm uh what's the word I'm looking for? Doing a roundup of immigrants. I think I would have put you high on my list to be removed from the United States. You and the other people that you brought from Africa. I would have removed all of y'all because you're the reason why they're here. So I would have removed all of y'all if it was me and I was exercising my power. So that right there lets you know that their little feud was a fake feud, just like all of the other assassination attempts on Trump's life were fake. And because if someone wants to unalive you, trust me, they are not going to miss. And they're going to do more than one shot. And they ain't going to care whether or not they get caught. That's just my opinion. I am not a professional. But I just wanted to say that. But like I said, a world of chaos. There was a lot of high crimes and just too much chaos in this world that I'm not used to. Okay, we've had a lot of unnecessary deaths going on, a lot of unnecessary stuff. Oh, but I will say prayers go out to. Let me see. Make sure I get the young man's name right. Okay. Uh, Give me just a second. Okay, so the young man, Trey Reed. Trey Reed. He was the student that was found hanging at Delta State University. Um, there was a lot of talk and rumors and chaos that uh, that the white Republicans, MAGA, whatever you want to call them, were wanting to enact war against the black community. In my opinion, I feel that this young man's death was the start of them enacting a war. And I, I feel that the black community needs to get ready to defend themselves, to defend our freedom, to defend our rights, to defend our country. I feel like we need to get ready. And it's not so much as just the black community that needs to get ready. We are the target. That's why I'm saying the black community. But in reality, everybody that is not a clan, everybody that is not MAGA, whatever you call them, okay, so what they did was because I'm speaking on clan, I have been removed from my live on TikTok. But as I said, for the black community and everybody that is not a clan, that is not MAGA, needs to prepare to defend themselves. It's not to say that we're starting a war. We're just not going to be sitting here with our eyes closed and being caught off guard. Because this young man being found hanging from a tree, in my opinion, is them trying to start a civil war. In my opinion, I am not a professional. Okay, so I have I have just high beliefs that that's what they're trying to do, and they're not gonna do it in a way that says like on the movies where you got two parties and the first one that moves, everybody follows. It's not like that. They're sneaky. They're not going to do it up front and in your face. They're going to try to catch people while they're on their own, late at night, in the middle of the night, early in the morning, however you want to see it, and try to do us one by one. They're going to do it that way. But as I said, we need to get ready. We need to be ready. We need to educate our kids and everything like that. Simply because you can't sit here and everything doesn't, everything you can't march for. My opinion. I'm not a professional. Everything you can't march for, because while we're marching, they're building. They are building, and we cannot have a repeat of what happened years ago. It, with Rosewood and all that stuff, we can't have that. We need to be able to defend ourselves because we are receiving all the warning signs now. We are verbally being told that that's what they're going to do. So we can't sit back and say we're victims later on. They're telling us what they're going to do. So it's up to us to prepare ourselves, in my opinion. Um, but like I said, prayers go out to this young man. And it's just sad. Now they say that there were two people found that day hanging from that tree, hanging on that campus. Um, let's see, it says within just hours of each other, two men, one a young college student and the other a homeless man, were found dead hanging from trees in different parts of the state. One man black and one man white. So you already know that the black student was found on the campus and a homeless white male. was found hanging in another part of that city. So this is sad. And I've always said that whites don't need to just sit here and feel like they're inferior and that everything that's happening around them does not affect them. It does. It does affect you, because these people are out to get anybody that does not conform to their beliefs. Plain and simple. They don't care what you are. If they're going to go into the home of a political family and attack them because these people are the Democrats are trying to stop you from acting a fool upon this country. And so you're mad because you can't exercise your illegal beliefs. You know, we need to pray. We really do need to pray. Because I've never been surrounded by so much hate. But I'm going to get off of this feed. I got to get ready for my day. I got 30 minutes to go get ready to go find me some lunch and get dressed and then head to work. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in to my channel. I have been removed from my live on TikTok. These people are so sensitive, but it's okay to say nigger. That's what I don't get. And that is with an R. Okay? It's okay to say that. It's okay to say coon. It's okay to say monkey. It's okay to say all those things. But if I say on my feed one day, I said my grandbaby hates crackers, they banned me for 30 days. Like, you do know there's a food called cracker, right? Like, why are you that sensitive that I can't even say the word cracker? And I'm literally showing a video of my grandbaby throwing. She's throwing a cracker that she didn't like. That's funny. And me talking about the racism in this country, you've banned me for at least 2 weeks. That's funny. But it is what it is. The truth hurts. So if you all like this content, y'all give it a thumbs up. Y'all have something to say, whether it's positive or negative, put it in the comments. Trust me, 9 times out of 10, I will respond. I ain't got shit else to do. I got time. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Follow me. I'm on all platforms of YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay, I can still get on TikTok. I just can't go live. I'm in timeout. I'll see you guys on Freestyle Thursday, okay? And again on Relationship Saturday. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Maybe we should take it slow. I don't feel too comfortable jumping into something new right now.